Welcome back, everyone. Just wanted to give you another video regarding some Adams Polish products. This one is about their hand compound, which I know it says scratch and swirl remover. This is essentially their compound that you can use by hand. And then this one obviously says hand polish. So these are your hand products, and it just gives you another option to correct any kind of swirls or any kind of defects in your paint. So if you have a very tight area and you don't have a small enough polisher, these, I can actually measure this real fast and see exactly how big they are. Let's see. Can't be that big. So this measures 4 inches. So a 4-inch pad, and it just gives you the ability to just get in tighter areas and just be able to fully correct your paint. When I did order these, I was kind of assuming that they would just be different colors, just one for this, and they'd be the same density foam. This one is noticeably softer. You can see that. I know you can't feel it, obviously, but this blue textured foam is a lot softer, meant for polishing, and then this is a lot more dense, meant for correcting and any kind of defects that you want to get out. It's just a little bit stiffer foam, so it's not going to be as aggressive as any kind of microfiber pad, obviously, just because there's no microfiber option for hand polishing. I'm sure if you did, you might actually cause more hazing than anything else. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to move over to my 1978 Chevy Nova. That vehicle has paint on it that's around 10 to 15 years old. So actually probably a lot older than that, now that I'm thinking about it, but it's been repainted from since factory, but the paint itself has never been paint corrected. So I just wanted to see how effective and how well I can correct the paint with just hand products, because this might be a better solution for someone that just doesn't want to take up a lot of space with a polisher and a ton of different pads. Like, this is all you need to start polishing your vehicle, if you want to do it by hand, and obviously it will take more time, but I don't want to exclude this from any kind of collection of auto detailing products, because this is a very handy option and handy tool. So all right, we're gonna move over there and see what we can do. All right, guys, so we're over here at the Nova, and just want to help and give you guys a representation. We're only going to be working in the rally stripes, probably just this left one over here, and I just want to point out, don't mind these rivet marks. That is just from when it originally got it painted, and the rivets were never taken down fully and sanded, so there are rivet marks, but we're going to ignore that, and then we're just going to focus right here on this light and just try to get the best visual of these current swirls. For a garage kept vehicle, it does have quite a few swirls, and just trying to correct that and see what we can do with some hand polish. So I am gonna put you guys up on the tripod, and you can kind of watch a time lapse of me doing this. We're gonna just to give you a breakdown, we're going to do the scratch and swirl remover first with the orange hand pad, and then I will, instead of wiping it, I'm actually gonna go ahead and just go straight to the hand polish. There's really no need. It's diminishing abrasive in there, so that means as you use it, the abrasive gets smaller and smaller, and then it is non-effective at that point. So I'm going to use it to its full ability and effectiveness, and then I'll move on to the polish, and then we'll come back, and I hope you guys can see these swirls. I'm trying to go slow so you can visually see, but I'm only going to go, let's see where those rivets are. I'm going to go probably right to those first rivets, so only this small section, maybe a little bit past. Maybe if we can make this a square right here. So let me get you guys set up and we'll go ahead and do that. You're gonna want to make sure you shake these products because all of the stuff will settle to the bottom. Just make sure it's really well mixed. And with hand polish, you actually use a lot less product than your typical compound or polish. So we're just gonna crack this puppy open. We're gonna do just 4 pea-sized drops. I don't know if you can see that. Just give you a decent amount of product. This is a fresh pad, so it gives you the ability to kind of soak it in. Just wipe that in there. Doesn't have to be even around the pad. A lot of people like to put it around the edge of the pad, so if you are working in tighter areas, you can kind of, you know, work that edge in there. But for this open area, it's not too bad. So we're gonna just go ahead and get started. All right, so we used about 4 passes, maybe 5, I miscounted. And we're gonna wipe this off. I don't have to, but I wanna get you guys back in here, check out the quality of this paint, and then when we move up here, we'll kind of do a contrast of what it looks like. All right, so now we're gonna focus on that light again. So we're gonna go up here, kind of just give you a representation. You can see the swirls. I hope it's like clear enough for you guys to see that, but the swirls, and then we'll move down to where we polished, and it is visibly a lot less. There are still swirls, which must be deeper, so I could probably go another round with the compound, which I might do, but just so much clearer compared to what it was, and it's so much smoother. There's no sound. Rough paint. So it definitely took some oxidation and did some paint correction there. There are definitely a few scratches that I want to address. I even noticed this when I was kind of doing that. You can see in the light there's actually like a full-on scratch like through the paint and everything. It's almost rusting a little bit, so definitely gonna address that in a future video. But so far so good. I want to do one more round of the compound and we'll come back. All right, let's see. Let's see. Definitely took even more scratches out and swirls. So I am comfortable with this. Let me get you guys back in here. I know for you guys it's gonna be way harder to see any kind of imperfections in this, just because the equipment I have and just the lighting. This is kind of the best option as far as actually being able to see them. But so far, so good. I'm happy with that. I would say as far as removing swirls by hand, I would give this probably a 85. I can still see some. Probably requires a little bit heavier compound or just a different pad. But as far as like what you can get out of this, it looks incredible. I'll even show you guys this side. You can probably see just a lot more defects and just trash in the paint and just oxidation. You can see how clear, you can see the light in here, and then it just looks even clearer in this rally stripe. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with the polish, and then we'll get our final product. 4 pea-sized drops again, work that in. And then just have at it. Alright, with the polish I kind of went until I felt it was kind of running out of any kind of abrasive, and I want to wipe this off fully, get you guys in here, see how clear this paint looks now. Looks incredible. So I would say now, with both products, I would give this paint probably a 90%. You can still see some swirls, but the clarity and depth of this black now is just worlds better than it was. So I would say for the ideal use for this product would be in the tighter to hit areas. So for instance, this hood scoop that I would have on this vehicle, it'd be hard to get, I have a 6-inch pad for my polisher, so it'd be hard to kind of get into this groove. I would much rather just hit that with a hand polishing system and just take care of that. So yeah, in this instance I would give it a 90% grade, so it's still an A but a low A, because there are just, you can still, I think you guys can still see that there are swirls in this paint, but it is worlds better than it was, because you can see up here just how hammered it was. So going from that to this, you can even see in the light itself just how hazy it looks up here and dingy, and then when it comes back here, you can definitely tell it looks more rich and dark. So yeah, I want to do a full correction on this vehicle and just give you guys a full in-depth of that. I just wanted to see the capability of these products and give you guys kind of any information you might have wanted regarding these. They're very useful, very handy to have. I recommend getting it. It's not too expensive for both, like the pads and the chemicals. So recommend just having these on hand. Just complete your arsenal with just as many products as you can get your hands on for that perfect paint and the best quality. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. See you guys later. Bye.